Daily Pink Slip. From a famous time machine to the most iconic shoes in Hollywood, we're counting down the 15 most expensive movie props ever sold. Number 15. Walk softly and carry a big stick, or staff, whatever. Gandalf carried a number of staffs throughout the Lord of the Rings movies, but arguably this one's the most recognizable. This white staff sold at auction for a cool $390,000. Although I found it interesting that this is not the same staff from the You Shall Not Pass scene. Oh well, it's still awesome. Number 14. How are the Duke boys gonna get out of this one? Even if you never watched the Dukes of Hazzard show or the god-awful movie, I'm sure you've seen this car before. They used over 300 General Lee Dodge Chargers throughout filming, and at some point you knew they were gonna jump the car over something. This particular one had a soft landing, I guess. It sold at Barrett Jackson for $450,000. Number 13. Come with me if you want to own my endoskeleton. Terminator 2 came out in 1991, and it's still one of the best action flicks ever made. If you disagree, well, you're just wrong. It was nominated for 6 Oscars, won 4 of those, and well, pretty much guaranteed a shitload of sequels as far as the eye could see. A full-scale, all-metal model of the T-800 sold at auction for $488,000. Reportedly, it goes great in any room of the house. Number 12. You built a time machine out of a DeLorean? Everyone knows that the best time machine ever made was the DeLorean from Back to the Future. They made 7 of these iconic cars for the trilogy, and only 3 are believed to still be in existence. The car used primarily in the third movie was sold at auction for $541,000. Not exactly a bargain, but at least the winning bidder can go back in time to convince himself not to buy it. Number 11. What does $550,000 get you? Your own starship, or at least a model of one. This filming model of the Enterprise D from Star Trek The Next Generation sold for $576,000 at a Christie's auction in 2006. It was pretty dirty, but in overall decent condition considering it was removed from the original packaging. Also on that same day, Captain Picard's flute sold for $48,000 as well. Wow. Number 10. Debbie Reynolds is a Hollywood legend, famously known for starring in Singin' in the Rain. So what does that have to do with Star Wars? Well, aside from the fact that her daughter is Carrie Fisher, she owns tons of movie memorabilia, including the Panavision camera used to film A New Hope. She wanted to open up a museum, but plans fell through and she started auctioning things off. This camera went for a staggering $625,000. They also threw in this awesome photo of George Lucas to sweeten the deal. Number 9. The ruby slippers from The Wizard of Oz. Aside from the fact that they don't really look like any slippers I've ever seen, there's no denying the importance of this prop. One pair was purchased and donated to the Smithsonian, where you can still see them to this day. However, a different pair was stolen from the Judy Garland Museum in 2005. These shoes were last auctioned for $660,000, but the missing pair is thought to be worth about $2 to $3 million now. There's even $1 million reward out for their return, so get cracking. Number 8. I'm familiar with the song, but I admit I've never actually seen the film Breakfast at Tiffany's. However, if you've never seen Audrey Hepburn in this long black dress, you've probably been living under a rock your whole life. Yep, another undeniable piece of Hollywood history. Christie's held the auction and the winning bidder paid a nut-slapping $792,000 for this little black dress. Should've just went to Target instead. Number 7. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, a movie that has a hell of a lot of singing and dancing, but also this flying car. This Dr. Seuss-looking vehicle couldn't actually fly, but that didn't stop the price from soaring. One of 6 originals, this prop vehicle's valued at $805,000, or the cost of 3 Lamborghinis. Your choice. Number 6. James Bond really had some awesome cars over the years. This Lotus Esprit from The Spy Who Loved Me is no exception. In real life, if you want to go from the road to the water, the results are less than sexy. Bond did it right. This submarine car, complete with fins, rear propellers, and periscope, sold for $920,000. And no, 007 did not bring it back in one piece. Sorry, Q. Number 5. The hills are alive with the sound of a cash register, and the Sound of Music, the famous Do-Re-Mi scene, had everyone wearing these costumes. They had to go somewhere, right? Well, they did. After being put up for auction, some weirdo got to own all the costumes from this scene for only $1.5 million. Weirdo. Number 4. The Wizard of Oz had some pretty cool costumes. If you were Bert Lahr, however, then you were sentenced to sweating your ass off under layers of real lion hide and scorching hot 1920s era lighting. The Cowardly Lion eventually found his courage, but narrowly avoided finding heat stroke. The costume itself sold at auction for just over $3 million, 3 times the expected amount. Number 3. It comes as no surprise that we have another James Bond car on this list. This is the big one, the Aston Martin DB5 from Goldfinger and Thunderball. The car was originally purchased for $12,000 in 1969. Fast forward to 2010 and it sold at auction for $3.7 million. The new owner can't be faulted for having bad taste because now he has a car with hidden machine guns. Number 2, here's yet another prop from Debbie Reynolds' collection. This time it's Audrey Hepburn's slightly lavish costume dress from My Fair Lady. This went at auction for $4.1 million and is the second most expensive movie costume ever sold. Which leaves us with... Number 1. Even if you've never seen the movie, everyone recognizes this scene from The 7-Year Itch where Marilyn Monroe stands on the subway grate. Her skirt bellowing in the wind is iconic Hollywood imagery at its finest. And of course, that white dress is priceless. It last sold at auction in 2011 for $4.6 million. We're really hoping it wasn't used to film the Snickers commercial with Willem Dafoe. Hey guys, thanks for watching. We put up brand new videos every week, so hit that subscribe button and you won't miss a single one. And remember, if you watched this video at work and you still have a job, then you just dodged the Daily Pink Slip.